Yeah. Yo, the flow here? Is it yummy, yummy, yummy? Wait, let me go back, my bad. Okay, we've just come off from listening to the Girls Will Be Girls title track, and I actually really enjoyed myself there. I really, really did. I like the song, I like the MV, I like the choreo, I like their outfits, but I was really curious to see what this album was gonna sound like. And so I'm here. I'm listening to that. Hopefully this is up sometime with either the same week that the title track or the Girls Would Be Girls MV is posted. If not, the following week. But I guess we'll see. We'll see how that is because I'm behind on editing albums at the moment. About 4 or 5 albums behind, and I'm hoping to be able to edit those up this week and get them posted because they've just kind of been sitting there. But yeah, we're here. I've been waiting. Girls Will Be Girls, ITZY. We're just gonna go ahead and get into it. I listened to every single song on the album, which means I'm gonna be listening to Girls Will Be Girls again. You won't see this video because I always cut this part out because I have an MV reaction, but you'll usually end up seeing my or hearing my reaction again to the song at the end. So I'll see you guys then. I love that. I love that so much. Again, I still just really like the song, man. I really do like the song. Obviously, like if I compare it to something like I think I like Cake just a bit more than that one because I really like the horn in Cake. I like Mr. Vampire, like those types of sounds. I love a lot from them, but don't get it twisted. I really did like Girls Will Be Girls. I enjoyed it. Again, I like those moments where the voices would pan from one ear to the next one. There would also be like a bit of I guess like vocal fry or whatever it is. Like when they would say the girls will be girls, and then the girls part would have like a bit of a fry there. Loved it. It's just an incredibly catchy song, which is why I think I will find myself listening to it more because it's so catchy. It's really nice, man. I really, really like it. But what we're gonna do, I've already added it to the playlist that I wanted to. And I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to the next song in the album. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into Kiss and Tell. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I was like, I wanted to wait a second to see if they did it again. I still want to hear it again though. I like that. Yeah, the effects on the voice. Yo, the I love that. Oh, that's a nice addition to it. What is that sound? Yeah, what is that? Oh. I think I like this part of the song most. Yeah, I like that pre-chorus more. Oh. Hmm. Wait, do it again? Yeah, that was nice. I love the ad-libs. I'm hearing them in the background. Yo, I hear you singing? Oh, I didn't do it again. Okay, there we go. Okay, before we move on to the next song, Kiss and Tell, I do think that I like Girls Will Be Girls more than Kiss and Tell, mainly because the sound for Kiss and Tell is not a sound that I really find myself listening to a lot. It's a sound that I can get tired of very quickly, which is why I said I think the pre-chorus in the song was probably my favorite part of the song. Um, Now, I didn't mention this at the start, but I do tend to rank the album as I go. And of course, things will potentially change along the way if I can't figure out where to play songs. But so far, I think in terms of the, obviously, of the two songs that I've heard so far on the album, I think it'll be Girls Will Be Girls and then Kiss and Tell in terms of where my current ranking is for them. Uh, there were some nice, like, sounds in the background of the song. I'm actually gonna go back to it real quick. I also really like their ad libs, and then the person who did that long note towards the end as well. I'm not sure who it was, but I went like right to the sound. It's like these. I don't want to call it like a clanging, but it's like a. I don't know what it is. It's like this doo 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 doo, like not doo 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 doo, but it's like this. It's higher pitched in the background, and it almost feels as like it feels as if it's kind of like, let's see, I think it feels like it's panning. Yeah, it's like dun 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 dun, but it's higher pitched, not the dun dun dun, not like the what might be like a lower sound. It's not that, it's something different. I really like that sound thread, and like I said, I really like the pre-chorus. Um, Not a song that I feel like I would really find myself returning to. Uh, like I said, it's not a sound that I really find myself listening to often because it's something that I get tired of very quickly. And like, there's nothing wrong with it. You're not always gonna like every single song, but it wasn't a bad song. It wasn't a bad song by any means. I like their voices on that. Um, but again, it's just not a song that I'll really find myself really returning to. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next song. Locked and Loaded. Locked and Loaded. Oh. Right off the bat, I can already tell that this song is higher than Kiss and Tell for me. But we'll see. We'll see. I really like the way this started off. Oh, okay. Yeah, see? Yo, the voice manipulation there? Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then the break, and then, oh. Wow. Wow. Nah, bro. Yeah. I apologize if I had the microphone. I actually kind of want to go back real quick. Initial thoughts before we properly get into proper. Well, I can't speak today. I apologize. Before we properly get into the next verse, again, I can already this song. I might even like this more than Girls Will Be Girls. Actually, this might be my number one right now. One thing that I do wish, and maybe it'll feel that way on the second one, I feel like that chorus was a bit light, but I need to see when I hear it again. For some reason, I was expecting it to be, I don't know if like louder or a bit more present when it came in. I want to listen to it again, actually. I'm just gonna listen to it again now. But hold on. Yeah, it felt like I don't want to say it was lackluster either. Again, this is me saying it's about a song that I'm putting as my number one at the moment. I felt like because of the slight buildup that we were getting to the chorus, especially when the music slightly cut a bit, they sung and then it went into it. I was expecting it to be like a bit harder, like to hit harder when it came in. Like it felt light. I don't know if it's just me, but oh, the voice manipulation still going on in the background too. I love that. Yeah. Yo, the flow here? Is it yummy, yummy, yummy? Wait, let me go back. My bad. I'm like talking over them, man. I'm so sorry. Oh. Yo. Nah, they were spitting on that part. Yeah, see, it doesn't hit as hard as I wanted to. I still like it though. What is that sound in the background? I love me an electric guitar, bro. Stop it. Oh. Yeah, this is my favorite song on the album so far. Now that guitar is eating. Nah, bro. Yep, that's my favorite song on the album so far. So far, my favorite song, it's Locked and Loaded, Girls Will Be Girls, and Kiss and Tell. That's my ranking so far. Oh man, that was a really good song. I really liked a lot of the sounds that were going on in the background in there. And bro, I don't know who that was because again, I'm not. While I can to some degree, uh, I feel like, well, more so now I've been listening to their albums. I haven't listened to the Gold album yet, but I feel like for quite the longest time I was just casually listening to ITZY, and I still feel like to some degree that's kind of the case. And so I can't quite place voices to the who it is. But whoever was doing that little rap bit, I almost thought it was Chaeryeong because I felt like I heard her voice at the end there, if I'm not mistaken, like at the very end of it. But I'm also not familiar with who the rappers are of the group besides Region. But that didn't sound like Region's voice to me, but it could have been. So I'm like, whoever that was, yo, they popped off. I love that song. Yeah, I love that song. That's my favorite song on the album so far. Um, as I said, in terms of the chorus, I was still expecting it to hit harder, but besides the fact, I enjoyed everything else about the song. Um, and like I said, I still enjoyed the chorus too. I was just hoping it would hit harder than it actually ended up doing. I love the use of the voice manipulation throughout the song, especially in the background. There were just points throughout the song where, like, while I was focusing on the music, I could hear just the voice manipulation. Just it was quieter than the instruments and stuff like that, but you can still just kind of hear it lurking in the background, and I love that. Also, that electric guitar at the end. How could you not? How could you not like that? Again, favorite song on the album so far. Really, really like that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next song. All right, we're here to Promise. Let's go. Ooh, it's a bit different from the rest of the album so far. Ooh. Sounds like Leah to me, I think, but I don't know. I love the piano. Oh, the voices? This makes me curious to see what the last song on the album is gonna sound like. Oh, wait. Oh, I love that piano so much. Yeah. Oh. Yo, this piano is insane. I love it. It's so pretty. Their voices, man. This, oh, twinkles. That's why. The reason I'm surprised that this is the song for the last song on the album is because this feels like this would have been like a nice closer, so I'm really curious to see what this last song is gonna sound like. It's so good so far though. I love this piano. Ooh. I love these twinkles too. Little twinkly noises. Those strings? Ooh. Yeah. That one might have been Yeji, actually. Oh. It's such a pretty song, bro. Wait, I'm sorry. I keep doing that. So silly. I love the percussion too. Percussion. Oh, the strings. Oh man. Wow. Popping off with the vocals in the background, man. Nah, because that was a gorgeous song, bro. All that was so pretty. I love the instruments and their voices in that so much. Such a, like I said, this is, actually quite different from the other songs we've gotten on this album so far from the other three. And I was surprised that this wasn't placed as the last, because this just seems like you would have a song like this at the very end of it, to at the very end of an album, to kind of close it out. And with the way that their voices were like just going off in that one, I'm pretty sure I could like hear Yeji at some point. And like I said, I'm not too familiar with putting the voices to the names for the other girls, but man, they were just popping off, bro, with the singing in the background and in the foreground too. That was so good. Again, the use of the percussion, love the piano in that. The piano was stunning in that. The use of the strings that came in. Oh my gosh, I love myself some strings in a song. Ah, that was just so good. That was a really nice song. In terms of ranking, it is still, let's see. Yeah, still locked and loaded. Girls will be girls. Promise, kiss and tell. I think that's how it is right now. That's how I'm feeling with it right now. But what we're gonna do, let me actually go ahead and add promise. I want to add that, I think, to my late night playlist. I think that'll be just a nice listen to. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and move on into the last song of the album, which is Walk. Let's go. She's so different. Like back to like where we were essentially. Wow. The instrumental's crazy. I've been trying to like pick it up, but I can't. Like what? Are you ready? Get ready. On a count of three. Walk. Walk. Yeah, that's me. Walking, 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 walking just like this. Turn me up, turn me up. Pose. Pose. Yeah, oh, okay. I figured, but that's wow. Wait. Stop. It's actually jumping from ear to ear. Okay, so coming, let's go moving on. Pew pew. Pew pew. This song is quirky. Wow. These little like electronic sounds. The voice. So loud. This is part of this song. Whoa, this one's nice. Walk. Walk. Action pose. Pose. Yeah, that's me. Walking, 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 walking just like this. They're gonna release a video for this, aren't they? Or something choreo related. Follow me, follow me, follow me. I am still so confused as to why Promise was put before Walk. I'm so confused on the structure of that right there. I'm so confused as to why that was placed in that order. Why was Walk not placed before? Why was Promise not the last song? I don't know. It was an interesting choice. I mean, Walk's also not, I guess, a bad song to end the album on, but after hearing something like Promise and then going into Walk, it's almost as if. Okay, I can't speak today, as we've already established, but it's almost as if, like, I don't know. Maybe the purpose of Walk after something like Promise is to get you geared up to, like, go into listening to the album again. I don't know. But I'm still so incredibly shocked by that. I'm so incredibly shocked that they put Walk after Promise. That's just in regards to that. Now into the like the song itself. As I said, when it started, I was I was trying my hardest to like pick up the instrumental, but I genuinely just could not. And then once they started singing like Walk and Pose, which I was getting that vibe anyways, I was like, it seems like they're going for something specific here. And then the moment they actually started singing those lyrics, I'm like, okay, that is the feeling that they're going for. My guess is that, which I feel like that's usually the case with songs like this, especially in K-pop, we may or may not end up with. I mean, they could end up doing it for all of them too, though. But I would be surprised if we don't get like a video or some form of choreo or something for Walk. That's absolutely like a performance style video. I think I really liked it the most. Um, Kind of towards the end of the song. It's what I thought was about to be a bridge, and I guess maybe you could consider it as such. This song, the way that it's structured is it's incredibly confusing to me. But what maybe what what maybe felt like it was supposed to be a bridge could have been a bridge, may have been a bridge, and I'm unsure. I really like that part a lot. And I love like the little electronic-y sounds that you would hear. Like the like I feel like we got that sound also in another one of these songs, but I could be lying. I like that sound in this song. Now, this song I do like more than Kiss and Tell. However, it's also I think still again the case of um as you can kind of see, I added Walk to a playlist, but I didn't add Kiss and Tell to a playlist. I feel like Walk I would find myself listening to more than Kiss and Tell, but not really by very much. Because even while sitting here, while I do love those sounds, um, again, listening to a song like this repeatedly would give me a headache eventually. Like songs that are very EDM-y, electronic-y, and stuff like that, I do tend to get headaches fairly easily. Um, because it, with how like repetitive and not necessarily harsh, but like pointed the sounds are, it's a bit difficult for my brain to be able to handle it, even if I do like the song. But yeah, I think overall, this wasn't a bad album. I think if I had to put it into the perspectives of other albums that I've listened to of theirs, I would probably say that I like the Cake album, the Born to Be album more. Because I think Born to Be had Cake on it, and Mr. Vampire and some other songs on that. I think Killshot and stuff was also on those. Um, I think that album is probably a bit more my speed than this one. Again, I haven't listened to the Gold album, so I have no idea in regards to that one. I've only listened to Gold and then Imaginary Friend, and I do remember liking the both of those songs on that. So maybe that one also would have been a bit more of my speed in terms of sound overall. Um, when I say my speed, uh, for one, I listen to like everything as long as like it's good. If I like the song, then it doesn't necessarily matter the genre that it's in. But when it does come to it being genres outside of something of like R&B music or rap music or hip hop music or rock music and stuff as well, or like blues and jazz, when it comes to something like EDM, electronic, anything like that, it has to be done in a very specific way so that I am able to digest it in a way that doesn't um get me to the point of like having headaches when I want to listen to it on repeat, that type of thing. That being said, though, they did an amazing job. Their voices across all of these songs, I was and blah 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 blah. I was incredibly impressed by. I am going to listen to their last album, I believe. I want to listen to their last album. After listening to this one, it makes me want to go back and listen to the album that I missed of theirs. And I do think that I'm going to do that. I don't know when I'm going to do that because so many albums are dropping at the moment. And so I have to put my attention to the new drops and stuff that are happening in K-pop. But at some point, as I promised with a lot of other things, but I am going to get to those things that I promised as well. Um, I want to listen to ITZY's previous album because, like I said, even though this album isn't my favorite, maybe compared to other ones, and that's just because of like the different genres of music that can be found in those other albums. That doesn't discredit the like that I do have of the songs that are already in this album. Now, if we're gonna go in terms of the album ranking, uh, the order is Locked and Loaded, Girls Will Be Girls, Promise, Walk, and Kiss and Tell coming up on the last for me. I'm not gonna completely disregard Kiss and Tell. I will find myself coming back to this album, and I will listen to it again to see if any of my opinions on this, if my opinion of this song changes. Um, and if it does, nice. If it doesn't, then that's fine too. But overall, I think I did enjoy listening to this album. I didn't know what to expect going into it because, as I said at the very start, or maybe even in the music video, I think in the music video I said this that I didn't have any spoilers for the songs. As far as I'm aware, the only thing that I watched of theirs was that very first video that they dropped, which I think was the trailer video or whatever it was called. I watched that, and that was it. I didn't look at any highlight medleys or anything like that, and so this was just kind of me going into the album blind, and I'm not disappointed in what we got. Like I said, I got some songs that I can start adding to my rotation now, and that's thanks to this album. I enjoyed my time. Hopefully you guys enjoy the album, just as I did. Like I said, even though it wasn't my top, it was still an album that I enjoyed while I enjoyed it. And so, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. Thank you guys for watching with me. If you did get to this point, I appreciate you. Thank you.